All right, you guys, we are back with Sue Elliott, our angel coach, and she's going to channel through some answers from the angels for us. So I'm going to ask some questions. My angels want to talk to your angels. I would like to ask, what do we as a collective most need to understand right now to navigate this time? Is there specific things that as a collective we can be doing right now just to actually help the world that we live in this timeline?
Yes. So the angels want us to pay less and less attention to the things that upset us. There's a lot of programming that says you need to know what's going on in the world. And depending what you do for a living, you may need to know some things that are going on in the world, but they don't want us to go deep down that rabbit hole of what's wrong with the world. Not because it's bad or wrong to do that, but because it pulls us out of our power. So all of our power is right here, right now. So it's very valuable not to focus on the past or the future, but to be present, right? And what we can do is notice how we're feeling moment by moment. So you asked about navigating this leg of the journey, and that's such a perfect question. They want us to navigate by feel instead of by thought process. So the most important thing you can do is notice what's going on in your body and your emotions. Am I feeling inner harmony or am I feeling turbulence? We like to keep it super simple. Harmony, turbulence. Which is it? If it's turbulence, you can tune into your guidance for what to relieve the turbulence, or you can have a list of things to look at, because when we're feeling turbulent, sometimes we forget to look at guidance, but we might remember to look at a sticky note on our computer that says, go for a walk. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Do the havening of gently touching yourself. Do gentle self-talk. Tune into your inner child and ask what she would like. Whatever it is, ask someone for a hug. Oh, the angels want to mention that our nervous systems have been built to attune to one another. So if you're feeling upset or frightened or turbulent in any way, hugging someone who's feeling calm or joyful can help to reset your nervous system. It can be that simple. So let it be simple and follow the energy. So we do our best to center ourselves moment by moment, and we tune into our guidance. Angels, is there something for me to do or say right now? Rather than focusing on all the problems in the world, the angels are encouraging us to focus on what we would prefer. And for some of us, envisioning that is our work. So sitting and envisioning a world where all children are loved and helped to remember who they really are, or never entrained to not be who they really are, might be our life's purpose. We hold the vision. There are vision keepers. For others of us, we might receive that vision and feel guided to take a step in that direction. So those of us who are here together right now are here to co-create the new. We are likely not the ones who are here to keep the old operating or to fix the old. We're here to create something different and separate, or maybe an evolution. You may be working within a system, and you bringing divine unconditional love with you to work every day can transform that system from the inside out. So as you do whatever you do as much as you can, you don't have to be perfect. There's no pressure. But let's say 20 times tomorrow, you remember to be divine unconditional love. You go into the bank, you talk to the teller, you smile, you be present with her. Maybe you notice that she's wearing really beautiful earrings and you compliment her on her earrings. The more you be love as you move through the world, the more you are co-creating a new world that feels like that all the time. So you don't have to fix what's wrong. You can create something that feels harmonious to you. And you do that moment by moment, interaction by interaction, feeling your way forward. Wow, that felt yucky. What else is possible? How might I show up differently next time? Or, wow, that felt yucky. I'm not going to go in that direction anymore. I'm not going to go to that teller's window. I'm not going to go to that restaurant, right? We tune in, we take the step, we see how it feels, we act accordingly. If it feels yummy, that's a yes. If it feels yucky, that's a no. We tune into our guidance 400,000 times a day, if we can remember to, and we take that next step. And as we be the change, as we be love for ourselves first, that's what we're doing when we're noticing that we're feeling turbulence and we're attending to that. That's being self-love in action. That's being divine unconditional love. I'm not making myself wrong for feeling negative emotions or getting angry. I'm not beating myself up. I'm nurturing myself. I'm loving the part of me who feels scared, because that part of me is crying out for my love. She is scared and she deserves to be loved. The more we try to make ourselves bad and wrong and suppress parts of ourselves, the harder the journey feels. It's not that you're doing something terrible. It's not that you're going to be punished for it. It's just that it doesn't feel very good. So we've all reached a certain age where we're just done with that, right? We've had enough of that. I'm sick of the mean mom or grandma voice in my head. I am over her. I am going to love the part of me who embodied that, who took that on. And I'm going to love the part of me who feels terrified of that. And I'm going to love the part of me who's angry at that. I'm going to love all the parts of me. The more I show up and be love for all the parts of me, the more I can begin to enjoy my life, feel peace, feel calm, the more I am giving others permission to do the same thing. So the angels really want us to know that as we walk through the world, we have the power to transform everyone who enters our energy field. Now, there are times where the angels will manage our energy field and make it quite small. Perhaps you're on an airplane or a crowded bus or train, and they don't want you to overlap with all the people around you and pick up their gunk. But there are other times where they're going to make your energy field vast, 20 feet in either direction, maybe even more. And you can consciously do this if you're in a place like nature where you can make your energy field as big as you choose. You can envelop the whole world in your energy field. And then you are influencing others in the most divinely perfect way in that moment. So I call it being a tuning fork, right? If you are emanating peace, any other being who is in close vibrational proximity to peace will come online and resonate with your peace. And any being who is far from peace, you'll start to shake loose the gunk in their system so that it can leave their system. Now, they may not appreciate that, so we do have that little warning that sometimes other people are going to be annoyed by your joy or peace. They're going to find you annoying, and that's okay. This next leg of the journey is all about resonance. And so those who are resonant with you in the moment find you yummy, interesting, appealing. And those who are not resonant with you in the moment find you yucky, repelling. And that's perfect. You really don't want to hang out with those who aren't resonant with you anyway. So the angels are managing all of this for us. We don't have to figure it out between our ears. All we ever have to do is do our best to be love for ourselves, love the parts and pieces of us who we may have tried to cut off or shame or get rid of before, and tune into our guidance and allow that to guide every step of the journey.
All right. I love that. Okay. I got another one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, you guys, here's what I would like to know from the angels. Are our birth and death dates predetermined?
Ooh, I have never been asked this before. Thank you. So they say our birth date is very consciously chosen. We are aware of the cosmic influences, and we're aware of the seasons on the planet. We are aware of what's going on in our parents' lives. So we very purposefully choose the date and time of our birth and the place and the family. We choose all of that before we come into physical body. Some of us have a pre-selected exit strategy, a time that we're going to leave. They want me to tell you about a past life regression I experienced recently. So I incarnated in a woman, and this was many, many years ago. I think it was around the time of the Salem witch trials. She was about to be drowned as a witch. And I was just a few cells in her womb, but I came in to hold the energy of divine unconditional love, the truth of her. And she was able to find peace by the time she was drowned. She felt peace for those doing it. She felt love for those doing it. She felt inner harmony and was able to go. And I'm getting wave after wave of goosebumps. So sometimes we come in for a very, very short period of time, purposefully. We have a client who their son killed his adoptive father, her ex-husband, and then had assisted suicide. He broke into a neighbor's house and insisted that the neighbor shoot and kill him. And that was intentional so that he could help troubled youth as a non-physical being. He chose to experience what they experience so that he could be more supportive for them. So we do those sort of things. They seem like a great idea off planet. And then we come here and it's a painful experience when we're in the physical body at ground level. But they want us to know that our soul, our higher self, appreciates all the things we go through and finds benefit in even the most challenging of experiences. And they also want to remind us that death is not the end. We are eternal beings. So sometimes we do choose a specific type of death, transition, exit. And sometimes it's more fluid and it's more dependent on, do I still feel things calling me forward? Do I still feel juice for what's going on in my life? Is there something that gets me curious, excited, interested? Or have I had enough? Do I feel complete? So we have that power to decide that we are complete and release the need for anything more. And that doesn't mean that we're going to go to sleep that night and make our transition, though we might. It may be that the angels and the divine have something else in store for us that just isn't quite ready yet. So it may be that we are at peace and we are at freedom. We can do whatever we choose. And it may be that a week from then, a foster child will come to us, or a grandchild will need our love and support, or we'll find a new hobby that lights us up. Just because we feel sort of empty in the moment doesn't mean it's the end. So the more we're in that space of what's next, if anything, non-attachment to staying or going, the easier it is for the angels to bring us to whatever is next, whether that's making our transition or finding something that brings joy for the next 20 years.
Okay. And on that same token, so my question is, when we do exit, when we get to the other side, is there judgment, and how are consequences handled?
Oh, good one. Also never been asked that question. Love it. Okay. So the angels want to say there is nothing but love, divine unconditional love on the other side. And we are so powerful that we can create experiences for ourselves after we transition. So we can experience, if you really believe in it, hell or purgatory. But eventually you'll notice that the fire is not really hot and the swords don't really hurt, right? Like whatever it is. And then we move on. Many of us, and likely almost everybody listening, and that includes you, will experience such love when we leave the physical body. It's a profound experience of being held and accepted and celebrated. Some of us have the experience of what some would call life lessons or a life review. Some of us feel such completion at the end of the journey that we don't even need that or choose that. So there's no one answer, because we're all unique beings and we all do have a somewhat unique experience. But the majority of us do have that feeling of going home. There's no human words for it. Blissful, comforting, wonderful. That's why when we hear from people who had a near-death experience, some of them want to come back, but many of them want to stay because it feels so delicious. They don't want to go back into the density of being in physical form on this planet.
Yeah. Okay. And here's another little juicy one. Is there one religion getting it more right than the others, or is everyone have it a little bit right and a little bit wrong?
So the angels want to say of religion and belief systems that they were all founded on truth, sometimes partial truth, but that all religions involve people, and many people almost all people have programming. And so over time, most religions get distorted a little bit and then a little more. And then maybe somebody comes in, a king or a dictator, and says, we're going to cut out this part and we're going to change this part. And so they get affected by the 3D reality. That is not to say throw the baby out with the bathwater. If you are part of a religion and it brings you comfort, connection to the divine, by all means, all paths lead to the divine. All paths lead to love. If you're part of a religion and it feels like judgment and shaming and guilting, then it's probably not supporting you to be part of that religion anymore. If it feels uplifting and you go into service and people sing and it feels like the angels singing, by all means do that. There's no right or wrong in it. There's no good religion. There's no bad religion. There is only what is supportive for you in this moment.
Okay. I like that. And then let's get one more little woo-woo one here. So we've been hearing that Earth is shifting, 5-dimension, all of this. And there's been talk of even like old Earth, new Earth. Is that happening in our timeline, in our lifetime now? And is there preparation or a way to ease into that? Old Earth, New Earth, to prepare?
Great question. So they want to say first that many of us have had a hard time being physical. Many of us who have awakened now have struggled with being on this planet in 3D reality because we came here embodying the energy, the codes of 5-dimensional reality. The 5th dimension is based in divine unconditional love. And that's what I'm here to help rise up into. That's what my angels are here to help all of humanity rise up into. And so the first part of this, not noticing what destabilizes us, is part of it. Also recognizing and consciously connecting with the new is very supportive. So, for example, when I would try to ground into the old reality Earth, the old Earth, you could call it 3D Earth, I found it very challenging to connect to that plane of existence. So I could only ground into the Earth Star chakra, which is below our feet, which is the new reality Earth or the new Earth. Now they both exist simultaneously here. You could think of it as parallel realities or different timelines, but they are simply both in the same physical space. It's a little hard to wrap our heads around as 3D or 5D or 4D humans. The angels want to add that our understanding of 3D, 4D, and 5D, the way we like to describe it, is 3D is you're in the movie in the old reality, and you think that's all there is. So you go through life and he says that thing and he made you feel this way and it's all his fault. And 4D reality is you start to be in observer mode. You start to be the witness. Don't accept all of your thoughts the moment they come through. You start to question, oh, well, he says that, but I don't have to have that same reaction anymore. I could respond differently. So 4D reality feels a little bit disconnected from what's going on around you in that you give yourself the power of the pause and you come back to center and then you tune into your guidance and take the next step. When we're living in 5D reality, it's an immersive experience. So once again, we're in the flow of what's going on. We're not stepping out, choosing, and then stepping back in, so to speak. So in 5D, we're simply living from our divine guidance. It's so simultaneous that we don't think about questions anymore. The answers show up as the question was forming. So it's a flow state, or being in the zone is how athletes sometimes describe it. So it's a much more immersive experience. And so what we can do to live more and more in that space, and we can live there all the time now, spend less time immersed in 3D, more time in 4D, and notice. So if you are still questioning your guidance, that it really is guidance, start to keep an evidence book. Examples of, I tuned into my guidance and it said to go that way. And later I found out that there had been a huge multi-car accident the way I was going to go. So I went the other way and that was perfect. Thank you, angels. Or, I received guidance to call Bob and Bob had the answer to the question I was thinking about. Thank you, angels. The more we start to practice trusting in and living from our guidance more and more, the easier it is for us to be fully immersed in 5D. So it's weaning ourselves off of 3D, reassuring ourselves in 4D that this is real and it is lighter, easier, yummier than the other way. And then eventually we spend longer and longer periods in 5D. So it is here. It is available to you right now. And you absolutely can experience it as soon as right now.
Perfect. All right. Just a quick one. Are the aliens a coming?
Okay. So I love that question. So the angels want to say that aliens are here. Some of them are star seeds. So what people call star seeds. So they look like humans, but it's not as clean and clear a distinction as many would have you believe. The angels want you to know that it's very possible that you are experiencing more than one life thread right now as a soul, that your soul is expressing in different physical forms simultaneously. So it's possible that you're in more than one body, so to speak, that more than one body is expressing your soul on this planet. And it's possible that you are expressing on other planets as well. There are many, many planets with life. Many, many, many.
Okay. Are they coming to Earth though?
So there are many, what we would call aliens on or near Earth. There are many Arcturians who are helping. Arcturians are incredibly good at clearing the gunk from the collective consciousness. So they are helping with that as well as with individuals. It's very possible that you are in a physical body on Earth and in a physical body on one of those ships simultaneously. So the alien who's helping you is an aspect of you. And of course, in oneness, as aspects of the one jewel that is the divine, you are all of them. So it's not terrifying. If anything, the angels want to reassure us that aliens who were interfering with humanity have been leaving this planet in droves, and there are very few left. So the aliens who are coming to Earth now, or have been with Earth for quite a while, are beneficial. They are here to help humanity rise up into a higher level of consciousness. They're here, they're advanced civilizations, they're highly conscious beings, and they are offering various flavors of support. So some of them perceive them as angels. Angel might not be the exact right word, but we could say they're part of the team, and they are absolutely helping the planet and the people on the planet and the animals and the trees and the waters. They're helping all the things. So what the angels really want to emphasize is not worrying about it. They're not here to harm us. They're not going to attack or take over. In fact, if anything, they're here to make sure nobody else is able to attack or take over. They're here in loving support of humanity.
Perfect. Okay, you guys, do you hear all these answers? All good news, guys. We're all fine. Yeah, everything's, it's not that serious, right? Like, we just need to tune to our intuition. And if you guys want to start connecting more, you've got your own questions right now. You're writing, ooh, ask this, ask this. You can communicate with your own angels. Guys, they're out here waiting to talk to all of us. Yeah.
Yes. So, and I know Jen, I'm sure Jen loves to receive your questions. I would love to receive your questions. Come to the website, email me, come to Facebook. Yeah, let's
send them. Get groups. If this is something you guys are really interested in pursuing, there's tons of groups and resources for this. Yeah. No, I love it. It's such good uplifting things. Did we think we'd get anything else from the angels, you guys?
I bet there are people who think the angels are mad at them and think they did things wrong and bad. And the angels really want to jump up and down and say they love you exactly where you are. There is nothing you could do. It is unconditional. And the definition of unconditional is no matter what.
No matter what. No matter what you've done in your life, they don't care. They're right there with you, supporting you until you get back to the other side where you understand all the things again. Yeah. All right, Sue, thank you so much. This has been so good, you guys. Get a hold of the book and reach out if you have any more questions. Send them through. Yeah, Sue and I will find the answers for you.
Yes. With you.
With you, not for you. Okay, you're right. With you. And you can also just get them yourself, you guys, because we are all part of the oneness. Sue is not more special than you, and neither am I. You can do this. If you so desire and feel that connection, you can do all of this too. Yeah, if it's part of your journey, go for it, girls. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Sue. This has been so much fun.
Thank you. It's been delightful.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Listen, I know your time is valuable. And right now, I'm feeling super grateful and totally humbled that you chose to hang out with me today. If this podcast resonates with you, could you do me a solid and hit that subscribe or follow button? That's going to help you out because you're never going to miss an episode. And it helps me out because you're never going to miss an episode. And if you have like 30 seconds more, could you leave a 5-star rating and maybe leave a kick-ass review? Thank you so much, and I can't wait to continue our journey on the next episode. Oh, and I can't forget the fine print. You know, the legal jargon. This podcast is presented solely for educational and entertainment purposes. We're just two friends on this journey together, and this podcast is not intended as a substitute for the advice of a physician, professional coach, psychotherapist, or any other qualified professional. You get it. See you next time.